So what I'm going to share with you now is my off-grid plan for Homewoods. It's what makes Homewoods different from any other property you may be looking at in the Highlands area. So before I talk about why it's important to be thinking about going off-grid, I just want to list off, there's really 5 areas you need to focus on for off-grid living. The first is the whole reason you want to go off-grid anyway. If there's a situation where you need to live with your family and your extended family for 3 months to a year or indefinitely, you got to think first about security, right? Because if you're the only one with power and food and water and self-sustaining, you don't want to be in a high population area or an area where there's a potential for civil unrest and other different factors. So you want something secure, something that borders the national forest, as our property does, is bordered by 100 acres of land trust, right? Secondly, you need to think about is water source. And Homewoods is uniquely situated in the fact that there's a cistern, there's been a well on this property for over 70 years. Secondly, the house is completely plumbed for water radiated heat. Thirdly, is you need to think about your food supply. Well, again, Homewoods was built before there was a grid, before there was just-in-time food delivery. And so power, water, heat, and of course food was something my aunt and uncle had to think through here at Homewoods. We've got terraced gardens that you can have 3 to 4 different harvest opportunities throughout the year. There's a place to put a cannery where you can store your food. We've got a site for the root cellar, so you can store your food all winter long. Secondly, there was also a large livestock area. So there's, and I'm going to show you these places where you could have chickens, you could have goats, you can have egg production, all kind of different ways. There's a place called the smokehouse where they would actually smoke their meats and cure them so that they would last all winter. Right, you've also got, excuse me, right, and then there's the shelter. I've talked a little bit about this house. It's optimally set up for wintertime living, and the beautiful thing about summer in Highlands is it's air conditioned by nature. That's what people love about this place. So really the only thing you have to worry about is just those cold winter months. And I'm going to share with you why this house is perfectly set up as it was without heat set up 72 years ago when my aunt and uncle built this place 74 years ago. Lastly, power. I want to just talk a little bit. I have a company that deals with solar power, storage in batteries, and low consumption electronics. And so this house is southward facing, right behind me. It could not get more irradiance from this particular latitude. I mean, it is perfectly situated. If you want to have maximum solar production, you've got plenty of wood, you have food, you have water, and so you can basically live here a year, 2 years, 5 years, completely off the grid, completely self-sustaining and secure from whatever social unrest that any of these scenarios might present.